Hey guys, welcome back to a new world. I called this one San Marisa. Yeah, because I don't know, I just feel like I like the whole coastal vibe. The last one I was building a temperate map last time I was building a tropical map and it was fine, but like I got bored of it. So one day, I think last weekend or maybe Wednesday, I don't remember, I just sat down and I just built this world. I needed to clear my head. And so I kind of just spent a couple hours and I just built it. It's not done, but I feel like I'm at a good place to where I could at least show you guys what I've been working on. So let's start in the middle. Let's start where it all starts. This is the center tile, this tile that you start on. I was inspired by like Californian cities, you know, valleys, mountains, little farming towns, farming villages. So I kind of like it when it's sunset a little bit. Obviously there's like a Hawaiian influence. So there's two highways. Well, there's really one way. It's like this way is one way and this way is the other way, and they kind of split. So and then there's a train line going in the middle, and it's on an incline, so there's a little lake here. I feel like this is a pretty good start for the center tile. There isn't really any farming, which I could add. That would be probably useful, but I kind of prefer to add farms like in little valleys. It just kind of seems a little bit more realistic. But I know that farming is one of the earliest things that you could unlock in the game, so maybe close to this mountain would make the most sense. Maybe just in this little pocket. That was loud. Okay, well, I started adding some trees. It's kind of hard to know what the best types of trees are for a temperate map. It goes from like pine trees all the way down to coconut trees. But I also like these sort of like city trees, so maybe I could add a couple on the highway. And the highway's a good place for like factories and stuff. Okay, enough of that. I kind of want to show you guys the rest of the world. So I guess we could start over here. But there's really no way to start. There's some braided rivers over here. I started with one river, I think it was this one, and then I got bored of it. It's kind of fed by a shallow waterfall creek. I started to add some rocks, but obviously it needs a little bit more love. I feel like waterfalls are a good place for these sort of like short trees, almost like tropical looking trees would be good here. So this is one side of the map, I guess the river side, which can also be like a rainforest type of thing too. So yeah, there's some farming, and I also made a highway that sort of goes around the entire map, almost like a track. Like I love those old train tracks that curve, so I tried to make some curved edges. Over here it gets a little crazy, but it's mostly agriculture. I could add, this mountain's a little rough, we could soften it a little bit. So I like this tile. I guess I'll call it Rivertown, I don't know. And then over here we have like the coastline. So I also really like when there's a whole bunch of like really long bridges over the water for some reason. I don't know. It reminds me of San Francisco and I really love it. So I added some lighthouses. And before it was just kind of, why is there a rock it's gonna bother me. Whatever, let's just leave it. At first it was just kind of normal, and then I was like, what if I just add some ginormous rocks, kind of like in Brazil, and then they became like mountains. They don't really match with the rest of the landscape, but I think it's interesting. So we have this sort of like tropical inlet, I guess you could call it. I wanted a water source kind of close to the main tile in case we need shipping ports or anything. But looking at it, it looks like this might just be like tourism because this shipping port is way more accessible. Okay, and then I also did like a historic site, almost like an archaeology site, with some caves, some rocks, and some ancient walls. Maybe it'll be a park one day, I don't know. And then I also added a sunken city with lots of exotic animals, which I think you should be able to see. I just needed something to fill this space right here. It looks like there's a gorilla. Some gorillas walking around. I hope that's a tree. There's an elephant. But what I can do is soften this just a little bit. It's a little rough. Like, we didn't really have anything here, so I figured. I love those circle towns. So we have our sunken city right here, and then our other coastline. Some like mountain here. I guess I just start with the mountain. So that highway that goes across the entire map, after it crosses this bridge, I made it flat so that one day I can put a tunnel in here. But for now, or maybe like a tunnel closer here too. For now, I kind of made a little, kind of like my map in Driftland, like the little mountain route to bypass the tunnel. But one day it might be a tunnel. If I do build up here, that could be a really nice view actually. You can basically see the whole town. Okay, so this is our mountain tile, or like in between two coastlines mountain tile. But like obviously this is the cultural side, you know, there's a sunken island, maybe a casino or something could go there, like a Vegas town. Getting like lots of hotels, lots of commerce, a shopping mall, suburbs, maybe like a university or a park, and then some houses in the mountain. And then, so our Bay Area, I really want to do like high tech over here, more sleepy, you know, it can be like simple offices. I could split it, I don't know yet, maybe near the coastline, it could be high tech. And then our center tile here could be something, I'm really not sure. All I did was kind of like make sure that the highway is rounded right here. I just made it turn into an industrial highway because I kind of like how these rails look. They're really cool. But I don't know what else. I made a roundabout here, and I made it really large just in case I'm not allowed to update it later in the game. Oh, right here is really rough. I'll fix that later. I don't want to do that right now. Because I'm thinking like eventually I can make this into a tunnel. That's why I didn't really care about it. I built a little circular, it doesn't look like a circle though. It looks like I'm using these trees. A little random forest right over here. Might have to fill it in though. It's not that big. Oh, I think this is one of those X meets the spot places. I was trying to fill in like random little access points. So we have our, random forest right here. I love these trees. Like, how cute is that? A little refuge. Maybe I'll put like a sauna or something in there. Another great place for lots of houses on these mountainsides. I can only imagine like the most beautiful road right here. So pretty. I just need to soften it just a little bit. Oh, I forgot. I put a castle up here with some ancient guard towers. I might need another one over here. And it kind of overlooks the main city, which I think is cute. I'm really inspired by those like fantasy maps, I'm trying to make like a modern fantasy type map thing going on. So I guess you could climb up to like Castle Hill or Mount Cap, I don't know what to call that. Okay, so behind the city, let's go over here. I think I was showing this part. So now we have our mountain valley area. Mainly just farming, like a farming valley with our main highway intersection right here. I used another cut through. I guess it's not really a method, but I guess I just spliced the earth again. It's not really that soft, so I could fix that. It looks like I was working on a highway exit right here, which I appreciate the gradual slope. So I'll do that in a minute. I just want to finish the tour. This is another corner that I had to sort of bend to make it work. This tile, I don't think this is done yet. It doesn't feel done. It doesn't exactly feel ready yet. Okay, so after you turn this corner and sort of drive up this mountain, it becomes this bridge. I love these tall bridges, so I guess I'm inspired by Big Sur and maybe Tennessee, I don't know. But look at this view. Imagine you're just driving and look at this view. It's so pretty. I want to make this a tunnel eventually, but we can only work with what we have. So it does it again over here. You get a little bit of a view. This sort of mountain cliff it's kind of blocking it. But yeah, this is basically just like the mountain lands back here. A little bumpy, but imagine tunnels. And then I sort of like, what do you call it? I slope the land so that I can do a little town in here. I'm thinking like a little mountain hillside town, like those towns in Colorado or Wyoming, like I don't know, those western little towns near to a ranch or something. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But let's keep going. We keep going on this little, regional highway, and there's a tiny little cutoff point right here. I didn't need to build one, but I figured we need access, right? So this is going to be where the city is. There isn't another highway cut point besides over here, so we needed something. So these tiles are a little hard to reach. And then all the way over here we have, I guess it's like a shallow hill. Beautiful view though. I guess they're kind of bordering this sort of industrial land, which I'm not really done yet, but I did these like massive circles because we needed to put oil somewhere in the map, and I figured I can just do a little oil field as a circle. This one's a little yellow. I agriculture because I figured like we need something after we deplete our resource. We need something. So I'll try to build like a street around it so that eventually it will become like a suburb, like a smart city or smart suburb or something. I don't know. Like after it, from industrial to like high-tech office. That's sort of the goal. And then I made some circle tree, forestry clumps, blobs, clusters. I think it looks nice. And since that was so colorful, I was like, we need another landmark. So I made some colorful mountains. I thought that would be really cool. Something for tourists to come and do. And I tried to make the area a little magical. I made the water fertile, kind of like this mysterious river that kind of starts and ends really quickly with a lot of exotic animals. So I'm hoping this will be a zoo as well, and then maybe 1 or 2 houses on this little colorful mountainside. But it's a little lumpy back here, so I might need to soften this too. And I love how that looks. I wasn't expecting this to be one of my favorite parts, but I really, really like it. It's like all of our colors like concentrated to one area. I could add some more pops of color, but I don't think I need to. So there's a little bridge over here, and then we keep going. Don't mind this bridge, okay? Obviously it's gonna be a tunnel one day, but for now, that's what we're working with. Obviously, again, a tunnel. And then, yeah, we come right back to where we started in the river towns. I don't know what to call that yet. So that's a tour of what I've been working on so far. I'm already in love with it. I don't know what to call. Actually, I don't know what to call it. I'm gonna call it San Marisa. I tried every other name and nothing really sounded right. So San Marisa is. I don't know if I did the ship paths yet, so let me check. I did one for the like cruise ships and things like that, but it looks like I made it before I did these mountains. And then I guess I could do another one here in case I need to do like a cargo port or something. Obviously this one is really important too. I want this to be like the main cargo port. I hope that works. I also did the plain routes. I think I just made it really simple. Straight line here, and a straight line there. A little bit away from the capital and definitely intersects close to the industrial side. So I'm guessing these might be the least desirable places to live. Maybe, I don't know. Or not least desirable. I mean, it's not really close to any water. So we'll see. But for now, I guess I could just keep making the background match the rest of the world. I could do a couple more of these oil circles. these worlds. They're so fun to build. I think that's fine, and then I'll do some trees and call it a day. Like, look at that. It's so pretty. Maybe we could do one small colors with colored trees. What's it called? Pink trees. Maybe way over here in the distance. This is so pretty. I might put another one right over here. It's too pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Maybe some more shrubs or something. Maybe right here. I think that's it. I don't want to do too much. And then over here, I could just do like a couple trees or something. Just to fill in this space. And we might need to just keep that clear for contrast reasons, you know? Like a little palette cleanser. So, I also made this outgoing highway industrial. Pretty simple highway. I did a bridge right here. Very proud of my bridge. But I love how simple it is. I didn't really... I'm getting better at it, okay? I'm trying to make the perfect world. Each map I get a little closer, just a little bit. I want like lots of walk paths and like a huge elevated bike path going, I guess, throughout the whole world. I guess we can focus on like diagonal or something, but anyway, the coastline I started putting some palm trees. There's like, they're kind of randomly on this rock, but I feel like that's it. I'm ready to start building my city, and I want I want all the cities to have like one name or one word names, like really simple names. Look at how pretty these trees look over here. I think I'm gonna add some more of these types of trees. These are definitely river trees. I wonder why it doesn't flow this way. think I'm kind of done with Farming Simulator for a while. I love it, but it doesn't come close to this game. I guess I can do a little bit more trees. Like, it just adds a little pop. Okay, next time I will be building a map. I'll be starting next time. You'll see like a town, a modern town, something super futuristic. I love this world, you guys. I love it so much. Thank you for tuning in and staying updated with my little creations. Bye. See you later.